What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another video review, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Transformers Devastation Sideswipe as he appeared in the Transformers Devastation video game, a video game that I very much enjoyed, and I'm very sad that Activision lost the licenses to them because I would totally rebuy them all on Steam, and I would play it on Steam, but I currently can't do that unless you pay an exorbitant amount on like G2A or something like that, like $300 or $400. It's actually kind of crazy how much people are charging the keys for it, but I get it because they lost the license. But regardless, I played this game a lot, and it's been a long time since I played it, but this is obviously as he appeared in the Transformers Devastation video game. And the reason I ended up deciding to pick up this figure, despite the fact that I've had a Sideswipe in my collection for many, many years at this point, is mainly due to the fact that, in my opinion, this just looks better overall. When I was looking at the pictures, it was, in my opinion, because the way that they did the art style in the Transformers Devastation video game, it was essentially taking, like, the G1 cartoon and making it a little more cel-shaded, and that ends up, the record tracks there, mainly due to the fact also that the company, I believe, that made the Transformers Station video game was also behind Bayonetta, and Bayonetta has a lot, that whole series has a lot of cel shading from what I can recall. And so it's no surprise that they also sort of imparted a good chunk of that art style into the Transformers side. But like I said, it's essentially they took the cartoon, they made it a little more cel-shaded, and I really like how this looks. And I think, funnily enough, it's more G1 accurate than the Kingdom Sideswipe that was actually put into the 2-pack, even though I don't have that figure, but from pictures from what I've seen it does. But regardless, before we get, I know we're getting off track already, but getting into the box here, you can see the nice Transformers logo there. You can see the Transformers Studio Series, the Transformers Devastation logo. You can see the Sideswipe right there, the 16 steps right here as well. You can see some nice artwork on the side here, some more nice artwork here on the front of both his vehicle mode as well as his robot mode. Then you can see the little more nice artwork here. You can see the Deluxe class sitting right there as well. See that very nicely. And then you can see your obligatory product shots. Obviously, a shot is as he also appeared in the game as well. His vehicle mode, the 16 steps, his robot mode. And so, when it comes to this box, I do like how they did this. It's very similar, obviously, to the way that they did the recently released Perceptor, and also in the same wave, I believe, the Wheeljack is in this wave, too. But really nice how they did the box, and I think Hasbro killed it with the packaging. And so, folks, without further ado, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Transformers Studio Series Transformers Devastation Deluxe Class Sideswipe out of the box and in his vehicle mode. And I gotta say, guys, this guy looks really, really good. Now, there's only one major gripe I have with this vehicle mode. We'll get into that in a second here. But first thing we're going to take a look is the accessories. So you can plug them in here on the sides. There's 5mm port holes on each side. And we're gonna show these off right now. But you can see there's 5mm ports right. Man, the stupid focus. Let me get that to focus. There we go. You can see the 5mm ports there, see 5mm ports there, and you can see the 5mm port there on the side. And then you can just plug these in as you so wish to do so. But taking a look at the accessories here, here is his gun that he had even all the way, I believe, all the way. Do I have? He didn't have it with Siege, did he? I can't remember if he had it with Siege. But regardless of the gun that he's come with, it looks really, really good. I like the silver paint on it. The detailing is pretty nice across the board. And then you have his shoulder cannon, which actually splits into two pieces, as you saw. You just have a hole in there, and then you can just peg this in like so. The only inaccuracy in terms of the G1 cartoon, not the game, is the fact that these are black and then this is silver. The whole thing should basically be white, but it still looks really, really good. And that's one area of the Kingdom figure that I think does better. The whole thing is white. So if you're looking for the more accurate in terms of the shoulder cannons, definitely the Kingdom one has the white here. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have the Kingdom one, it's mainly due to the fact that when it comes to the Kingdom one, at the time when I was collecting, I didn't really care to buy a 2-pack just for one figure, and these days I tend to do that because obviously you want, it's the only way you get the mold. And so I regret not doing that back then, and I'm not paying $90 for that 2-pack for 2 deluxe figures. So I'm happy to have this option. But taking a look at the vehicle mode, it looks really, really good. There's only one issue I have with this vehicle mode, and the fact that he has no spoiler. I'll put a picture of how he appeared in the game on screen right now, as well as the car that he is based as well as the car that he is based on, which is the Lamborghini Countach. And when it comes to the Countach, sure, there were versions of the car that didn't have the spoiler on the back of the car, but at the end of the day, the one especially depicted in the show and especially in the game, right, both had spoilers on them. And so it's a shame that they didn't bother adding the spoiler, because they could very easily just add a spoiler to the back of this that very similar to Wheeljack, right? So at the end of the day, that's really lame that they didn't add it, but it's not a big deal. What I do like about this vehicle mode, though, is I do like the blue painted windshield here. You can see that looks really good, has sort of that G1-esque cartoon, style, which they went with in the game, and you can see it's painted here on the sides as well. Nice silver wheels. This guy rolls really, really solidly, with the black and then the silver. I love the rims. Very close to actually the actual Countach rims. They're actually very nice. Autobot logo right there. Some nice detailing here for the headlights and whatnot. And then you spin around here to the back. Some decently painted taillights. Overall, it's a really good looking vehicle mode. And that's one thing that this mold's done really, really well over the years. It's a good vehicle mode, even despite the 1,000 times that this mold has been used over and over again, whether it's retooling, remolding, everything like that, repainting. So overall, really solid vehicle mode, and I have no major complaints with it, just really the spoiler. But you can see where all of that Devastation inspiration comes from, and it's mainly in that windshield and even in sort of the more vibrant red paint that you see. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to set this guy off to the side here, and we are going to be doing a couple of size comparisons. Here he is with the Transformers, Legacy United, Infernac Universe, Deluxe Class Magnus. As you can see with this guy, he is about the same size as Magnus. He's an average Deluxe size. If you know the Sideswipe mold, you know how big this guy is going to be. He's not really a massive figure. He is an average Deluxe size, and that's all we can really ask for, and that's all that I really ask for. It's a really solid figure. There's reasons that they haven't really needed to change the mold over the years, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. And then finally, folks, here he is with the Transformers Siege Deluxe Class Sideswipe. As you can see, there's obviously a major differences between these two. The red on the Devastation Sideswipe is much more vibrant. The one in the Siege one's much more subdued, as it appeared in the show. In addition to that, you can see, obviously, they are very different. But it's essentially like for the War for Cybertron series. It's essentially like they took a Lamborghini Countach and basically Cybertronified it, right? And so these two look really, really good together. But at the end of the day, this one is definitely going away. This guy's absolutely going to be my definitive Sideswipe for my G1 display, because he just looks better in my opinion pretty much every single facet. Don't get me wrong, this is still a great figure, which is why I've had it for so long, but at the end of the day, I do really think that this new Sideswipe absolutely blows this one out of the water. Alrighty, folks, now it's time to get into the transformation, which we've seen this transformation 1,000 times, but I don't think I've actually reviewed this mold on my channel, and so we'll do a quick transformation, because it's really not that difficult. First thing I like to do, flip these panels on the bottom, then all you have to do is take this entire section and rotate it all the way around. Then as you do that, the feet should get dislodged, so I like to pull them out like this, and then you can fold these back down to fill obviously in the gaps there. Then you can take this whole thing and twist it all around and split the legs. Then from here, just take these panels, fold them out, take the arms, or what will become the arms, fold them out, and then up like this, just so you can clear them. Then I like to fold these panels back in here. Then I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit here just so you guys can see that what you do is you'll fold this panel out, fold these out, fold that section down, snap it into place. Then all you gotta do, rotate the arms down, like so. Send them off to the back here, and then with the shoulder cannon, if you want him to be cartoon endgame accurate, you have the little peg hole there, a peg there, and then you have the peg hole on his shoulder here, on his left shoulder, yes. Then you'll just plug that right in, and so here we have the Transformers Studios Series Transformers Devastation Deluxe Class Sideswipe in his robot mode. And guys, I gotta say, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. He's a really, really great, representation of how he appeared both in the G1 cartoon and especially as well as the video game. Like I said, I'll re-put that picture on screen that I had earlier on. He looks really, really good. Now, of course, there's a little bit of tapering in his chest that they weren't maybe necessarily able to do, especially because his chest looks a little bit wider than it probably should be. But overall, at the end of the day, this has been our definitive Sideswipe that we've had for the past several years, and I'm not really disappointed with it at all. I really, really like this figure, and I'm glad we do have it. You can just take the gun here, and you can just plug it in here into his hand. Yeah, 5mm ports all over as well. But taking a look at the details, the major difference between this and the Kingdom one that I saw is his face is much more of like that. Remember that Autobot 5-pack I reviewed a while ago that came out? The one with Jazz, was it Jazz, the Earth Mode Hound, Sunstreaker, Trailbreaker, and Wheeljack? Yeah, that's what they went with his face. And you can see it's a little bit better in that respect for cartoon accuracy, as well as game accuracy, obviously. Nice blue eyes, nice flat gray face. You can see the shoulder cannon looks good. Nice Autobot logo. The headlights come out here. Nice detail here on the arms and whatnot. Looks pretty good coming down here. Nice legs as well. The legs are pretty much, from what I can see, identical to the Kingdom one, besides the feet. The feet on the Kingdom one are white, which is more accurate. But overall, I still think when you're comparing the two, I would still probably prefer this version of him. And then when you turn him to the back, there's literally nothing. You can store the guns on the back if you wish to do so, but he looks perfectly fine the way he is. Like, I have, like, no major issues with it. He's way more accurate than the Siege one. A little bit, in my opinion, a little bit better than the Kingdom one. But either this or the Kingdom one are perfectly fine for your G1 Sideswipe. I just actually really do like this one, and I don't have to buy a 2-pack with a figure I don't care about just to get the one figure. So essentially I'd be paying $90 for a, if you look at the prices off, on for that 2-pack, and $90 for a deluxe class figure, that's not reasonable in my opinion. So at the end of the day, really solid looking robot mode. And what I'll do actually real quick before we do our actual size comparisons with the other figures, I'm going to put that picture of how he appeared on the in the video game on the right here, just so you can see. Like I told you, he looks really, really good. I mean, you can see like all the details come out. They're very, very nice. It really accentuates the Devastation style and everything, the vibrant color, the blue windshields on the back. In addition to that, as I'm saying this right now, I'm also going to throw a picture of how he appeared in the cartoon. And I think when you're looking at how he appeared in the cartoon, this also absolutely nails it on that point as well. Again, the only little caveats I have are the silver feet as well as this little silver bit here on the shoulder cannon. But other than that, I mean, this is the game accuracy, so I'm not going to beat him too hard for that. I'm just saying that as someone who wants to use this as his definitive G1 Sideswipe, those are my little nitpicks here and there. But at the end of the day, this is still a really, really amazing representation of Sideswipe as he appeared in the video game. And so, what we're going to do is, as he's off to the side already, we're going to move him just a teeny bit more. We're going to be doing our size comparisons. Alrighty folks, here he is with the Transformers Legacy United Infernac Universe Deluxe Class Magnus. As you can see, when it comes to the sizing, average deluxe size. Like, there's nothing crazy about it. And this is how big Sideswipe should be. He was a Carbot, he should be about this size. I have no qualms with the size of this guy. And finally, folks, here he is with his Siege Moldmate, his version of Sideswipe. And as you can see, there's definitely a big difference. Obviously, I got a little bit of yellowing on this guy, but it's not too bad. At the end of the day, this one just looks a lot better. It looks more cartoon accurate, looks more game accurate, obviously. So I really, really do like this figure. And when you're comparing these two, this is still a great figure, by the way. Just let's not get that twisted here. It is really still a great figure, but this one is just better in my opinion. If you're looking for a definitive G1 Sideswipe, this one is the one I think you should be picking up right now. Alrighty folks, it's time to get into the articulation, which is really solid for a figure like this. So head is on the ball joint, so you can go up and down like this, and you can do a full 360 as well. You can, do a little bit of head waggle like this. Shoulders go up, go down, full rotation here. Rotation the upper part of the bicep, and then you have a 90-degree bend at the elbow. No wrist articulation, which is unfortunate, but understandable. Full 360 at the waist. Then kick forward, kick back, bend at the knee, rotation at the upper part of the thigh, and then you have some ankle rocker pivot. So you can get this guy into some very fine poses, but I imagine, like most of us, you'll be having him in more of a static pose, and that part of the gun still came off his shoulder cannon. Man, this cannot stay on. I guess that is one little annoyance I do have with this figure, is the shoulder can doesn't like staying on. But overall, still no major complaints from me. Really solid articulation. Nothing crazy, but it does exactly what it needs to do. Alrighty folks, it's time to get into the reverse transformation, which is very, very simple. This is a very simple reverse transformation, as it going to robot mode was just as simple. So obviously remove all the accessories. Then what you can do here is you can straighten out the legs, tab them together, fold out these panels, then you can fold the feet up like that, fold them in, then fold these back down, rotate this all the way around. Then from here, very simple, you're going to take the arms, you're going to bend them at 90, you're going to fold the fists in all the way, same thing here, bend 90, fold fists all the way in, straighten out the head, rotate this all the way up like so, then you can fold this panel back in like so, fan the arms out, then fold these panels out from the side, then you can rotate the arms in like so, and make sure that they're curved in like that, so pull them in like this. Then you'll see some nice tab holes on the sides there with tabs on the inside of these panels, and then you can just fold these in. Then all you got to do, well, I should have done this, or keep those panels folded out, then you can rotate this all the way around, peg those all into place, then you just fold these panels back up like so, and then, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Transformers Studio Series Devastation Deluxe Class Sideswipe back in his vehicle mode. And so, guys, for my final and concluding thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Devastation Deluxe Class Sideswipe, this is a really, really good representation of how he appeared both in the cartoon as well as obviously in the video game. That's what this is, mainly aiming for. Really nice, vibrant colors, very nice blue painted windshield to accentuate that sort of cel shaded, very cartoon, accurate looking video game art style as a whole. When it comes to the actual figure itself, it feels really good. The vehicle mode looks great. Transformation is very simple, but it doesn't need to be super complicated. We can do his robot mode, his nice accessories with the shoulder cannon and his gun, very cartoon accurate as well as video game accurate in that sense. And so at the end of the day, this is a really solid figure. Is it amazing? No. Is it terrible by any stretch of the imagination? Absolutely not. And for that, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I would highly recommend if you're looking for a G1 Sideswipe and you don't want to buy that 2-pack, which is exuberantly expensive, especially if you're paying $90 for just the Sideswipe, you don't care about the Beast Transformer. I forget who was in that second pack. I forget the character's name, so I apologize for that. But if you don't care for that, this is a very easy way to get it, because I've been seeing this thing hit shelves. I mean, I've been to a Target's, been to several different Targets across, around where I live, a little bit farther, because I don't have one super local to me, but not too far from me. I've seen this guy all around, and it's a very easy figure to just pick up off the shelf and buy for $25-$30. So I think it's a really, really worth it for you to do that. But I did pick one up on the Big Bad Toy Store, so leave a link in the description of that. Also leave links down below to Hasbro Pulse, as well as Amazon if you wish to buy this guy on those retailers instead of Big Bad Toy Store. But like I said just a little bit ago, I would highly recommend taking a look at your local retailers to see if this guy is definitely in stock, because it's going to be, in my opinion, this guy's loading shelves. It might be even way easier for you to just go to a store and pick this guy up, because it's a really, really solid representation of both the video game Sideswipe, which is also a really good representation of the original G1 cartoon Sideswipe. So a really, really great figure all around. And so I think that's really it. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, and also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video review, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.